games come in quick succession. Crewe next. I guess you know all about Crewe. They've got two of our former players in there.
Yeah, still smarting a bit from last year's defeat by them. And they've started well. I've watched quite a few of their games, and they play some good football. And probably didn't do themselves justice with the 4-1 on Saturday. If you actually watched the game, they were very much in the game in the first half, and then they conceded 2 sloppy goals. They probably had the better of the opening exchanges, but you can't concede goals at this level against good sides. You get punished, and then the game gets taken away from you, and that was certainly the case that happened on Saturday.
I mean, the FA Cup game that we played last season was memorable for all the wrong reasons, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a farce. And I don't think that's ever been probably addressed or addressed properly. It was just get on with it. And as I said, I'm still upset about that defeat. So, chance to maybe right if you don't.
What can you take from the Swindon game on? Lincoln game on Saturday.
Well, they're a good side, Lincoln. And I know I go on like a 2-bob watch now because I'm saying everyone's a good side, and most teams are in League One. We'd nullified them after the opening 20 minutes when we could have scored early on, and then they had a bit of the play. We nullified them. We took control of the game. We had a stranglehold in the game. We were taking the ball off them at will. We were making chances at will, just not taking them. And then the centre off happens, and that it all goes out the window, and he ends up having to hang on and defend, which we did stoically. And in the end, it's probably a good point. But I've got to say, come when I got home, I was disappointed that we hadn't got all 3, because I think our performance up to the harsh sending off was merited 3 points.
At the moment, you don't know whether you're going to appeal, do you, the sending off?
Well, we'll have to look at it. I mean, the problem that you got with these appeals is that there's not empathy for the game taken into consideration. I think if you ask any person who was on the pitch at the time, they'd all say it was not sending off. But sometimes it's difficult to interpret rules. We'll look at it, and we'll see what the best course of action is.
How pleased have you been with your defence this season? Because you've kept a lot of clean sheets. You've had to rejiggle it quite a few times. How happy have you been?
The lads, they work ever so hard all over the team to defend. So it's not just a case of the back four and the goalkeeper. It's everyone putting in a shift to try and close down the opposition and stop them making chances. And I have been pleased the way we've adapted to it. Quite a new defence. Losing Ross Sykes was a blow, and then we've had to adapt, and we have done quite well. But you can't get carried away. It can quickly bite you on the backside if you do. Crewe hadn't conceded many goals up to Saturday, and then all of a sudden you get a 4, and we had 4 in against Oxford. That again a harsh sending off, and the game can get away from you. We had a comedy goal where ball gets kicked into someone's back. Listen, you need a little bit of luck to keep clean sheets. You need a little bit of luck to score goals, and we've just got to keep working hard and hope that the luck goes in our favour.
You usually say after about 12 games, the league table starts panning out how it should be. I know we've got games in hand, but how do you feel at the moment?
Quite cold, actually. No, I mean it still is early days, and the effect of the COVID on our team. You're not quite sure how that's going to pan out for the rest of the season, but I've just been pleased with the way it's gone up to now. The appetite we've shown for games, and in the main, if we could keep taking along like this, it'd be an enjoyable season.
And lastly, dementia in football, obviously it's close to me because my dad's a former footballer with dementia. How do you feel about these new rules to restrict heading, that the PFA are looking at, to restrict heading in training and things like that?
I haven't gone into much depth in it, to be honest, but I know I headed the ball a lot when I played, and I played a lot of football, and they were very heavy then, my taste like. So I dread to think of what kind of damage I've got in store for me. But I think anything that can enhance people's safety has to be looked at, and I think it'd be a shame to stop heading football, because You know, it's been such a big part of football, you know, for hundreds of years. And the balls are lighter now, so I don't think they do as much damage. But you know, anything that we can do to make things safe, I'm sure they'd be in support of.